electronic game of the future.
The Average Gamer Podcast is starting now.
He's not even starting it. What are you
Who,
drinking?
me? I started it. It's
Andy.
live.
What is it? Popstar?
Popstar.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
It's alright.
What are you drinking, Shane?
LaCroix, peach pear flavored.
Ew.
I'm partial to the whatever the hell the other one is.
Double kitty.
Welcome to the Average Gamer.
Yeah, stop, Andy. We need to make this serious. All right, go ahead, intro, Chris.
I'm the
Hello.
intro king. Welcome to the Average Gamer. Welcome to the Average Gamer Podcast. I'm Chris.
I'm David.
Drew.
Shane. Do you go by Drew? I don't understand.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I've been over
Yeah,
there.
he goes by Drew here, but his little thing on the bottom says Andy the entire time.
Andy Drew.
This episode's
we
gonna
have
be less.
we have Twitters now.
Yeah, my Twitter's Drew.
I'm at Chris Fade, not the DJ. The city seasons in England messaged me, and we're really excited about your new product. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then I find out Chris Fade, the DJ.
Why don't you try selling your Twitter handle to that person?
Seriously, that's not a bad idea.
Sometimes dumb girls think I'm Miley Cyrus's friend.
Why?
Why?
Is his name Shane Delaney?
No, it's like Shane something else, but like one time he tweeted me, and ever since he tweeted me, people have been thinking I was him.
I don't get it. Anyways, this episode's gonna be less video gamey, so I'm gonna gun that shit out.
So we're gonna go ahead and do a shout out to Alex Doyle, our big boy, A Train, Big A, Alex Doyle.
Alright, that was lame. Okay, here we go. First, well, I'll
Who's
start.
Alex Doyle?
He's the guy who actually watched our video and commented.
We have so many listeners I can never keep track.
Yeah, exactly. So if you comment, fellas and fella girls, then
You get a shout out, and you're like,
you might get a shout out by the big D, David, the DJ Roa.
No, I'm the only DJ here. DJ Chris Fade.
All
Straight
right,
out of
let's
England.
start up.
Alright, we're starting slow with the news, and then it'll pick up, okay?
Yes.
Super Smash Brothers, the new one announcements. Both Charizard and some Pokemon called Greninja have been announced as playable characters. This time not through Pokemon Trainer, as actual characters.
Who the hell would want some dumb Pokemon no one's ever heard of before?
I would.
I've
With
heard of it.
Charizard.
That's the one
Charizard.
I picked that one when I played the new one.
Greninja?
Well, it started off as like a little frog, and then it grew up into like a ninja frog.
Okay, well, can
And
you play it on an emulator yet?
I don't
Shane,
think so.
this game's not even out yet.
I'm talking about the other Pokemon.
I don't think so.
I'm sure you can.
Can you find it for me?
Guarantee it. No, I'm not going to assist you in that. Plus, you have a Mac. Go after yourself.
I've done it before. On Mac.
Okay, well then you do it again.
My God, what's it even called? What's it called? Pokemon what?
Pokemon X and Y.
Pokemon Plastic.
Anyways, that is the second and third Pokemon announced. The first one was Lucario, and all three of these Pokemon, their special move will be their Mega Evolution, in which they alter their form.
What the hell's a Mega Evolution?
I don't know, ask Andy, he's the one that played it.
I thought Charizard was already the ultimate evolution.
Yeah, but sometimes if your Pokemon Trainer has a special bracelet, your Pokemon can Mega Evolve just during the fight, and then they Mega Devolve after the fight.
So is it like they just add Mega in front of the Pokemon, so it'd be Mega Charizard?
Yeah, and it's like that changes it. Like if it's a certain, I don't have Charizard, I have Venusaur, but it just makes Venusaur like bigger and have more plants on his back.
Stupid.
So like, what if you had like Caterpie,
Well, not all of them can Mega Evolve.
or the Mega Cocoon one, the little cocoon that
Not
doesn't
all
do
of
shit.
them.
and
Not
it's
all of
just
them
the
can
same.
do
It
it.
becomes a pine cone.
Like I know one of the Charizard ones makes him huge, and then the other one turns him black, and he has blue fire instead of red fire, orange
Sweet.
fire.
Because Blue Fire is hotter than Red Fire.
They also said, surprise, surprise, Yoshi has been announced. No one saw that coming.
Why do you have to announce people who have been in every game?
I'm just reporting the news. Don't hate the player.
Also
I'm not
announced
asking.
They also announced Kirby will be the
Yeah, has Captain Falcon been announced yet?
They also
Announced Link.
They announced Sheik and Zero Suit Samus, which isn't a big deal, except for they announced also there's no like form switching. Remember how you used to like be Zelda and then you switch to Sheik? No character in the game's like that anymore.
Okay,
Nice.
very quick off-topic question.
Yes, I like
If
this.
I start downloading random things called Pokemon X and Y ROMs, do I risk becoming infected?
Yes.
Well, shit.
That's what you get for being a pirate. You don't.
Well, no, Shane, you're on a Mac, so you're fine.
Yeah, Max never get viruses ever.
I'm not a good pirate. I'd be like, you know the pirates in Captain Phillips who turned around before they even got to the boat. That's me.
So you wouldn't be the one that's like being towards Tom Hanks and he's like, I'm the captain now.
No, I'd be the one
who's like, oh no, the waves are too big, and then they go,
You're the captain.
I have to be the one with the fake radio call, and they'd be like, oh no, I'm getting caught.
Brilliant. Alright, also Titanfall finally came out for Xbox 360 after that weird delay, and it launched with no issues, so that's good.
Thank the Dickens.
Thank the Dickens. The Division developers are getting help from another Ubisoft studio to assist in the large amount of stuff that needs to be done for that game. So there's been all these rumors that it's been pushed to 2015, but still nothing has been announced, so it's still 2014.
Okay, good.
Good. The Crew, which was a game I was pretty stoked about, and it was supposed to come out, but it hasn't yet. The whole gimmick of the game is basically you can ride around all of America. Okay, like you could drive from Florida to Oregon.
About time.
Don't do it. It's terrible. It's
What?
actually the worst thing in the world.
Obviously, it's very.
What is this called?
The Crew.
Oregon Trail. Oh.
It's a racing game, but obviously it's truncated. But from reports I've read, like driving from California to New York still takes like 2.5 hours.
So it's boring.
But you could also at any point just like point and you'll end up in a different location. It's kind of like Need for Speed, but like you get all of
like
America.
that game you used to play in the arcades, 18-wheeler.
Cruising USA.
18-wheeler.
18-wheeler. My favorite.
18-wheeler. And then the big thing about it is it's open world and it's always online and all that stuff, so we all play. So it's pretty cool.
Sick.
Some high stuff.
I'm not a fan of realistic racing games. They're kind of boring.
This one isn't. This is like Need for Speed.
That's realistic.
No.
Shut up, dude. Are you out of your...
Nah.
That's realistic.
Nah.
Shane. He has nothing to say. This is how Shane wins arguments. He just acts like he doesn't hear you, and then he just says, huh. And then he wins every time.
My extraordinary mental ability.
It's
Wait, so are you going to talk about that?
No.
No.
Okay.
Microsoft on April 8th officially ended support for Windows XP. What that means, of course, is there's no more security updates or anything. They basically say it's not our problem anymore if you're still using that, which is kind of surprising because over 13% of PCs in America are still running it, and over 10% of U.S. government computers are still running it.
That's not the issue. The issue is the fact that over 90% of ATMs still run it.
60%, over
90.
60%. I read 60.
I read 90.
Well, mine's a low ball. It doesn't matter. What happens, obviously, if like they find a ATM security hole, I'm sure Microsoft will fix it. But the bigger thing is like if a virus comes out that's like finds a security vulnerability in XP, they don't care anymore. So
About time.
Which is kind of interesting because of course 8's not doing too hot, so all they really have is 7.
I'm on 7.
Yeah, 7's the bomb diggity. But anyways, I still use XP every day.
Why?
Because a lot of the customers I work for, they use it, so I have to write all my stuff for it.
Stupid.
Because they're all government people. All right, now the two big ones. Shane, you ready?
Yep.
You ready for this? I got good news and then just really good news for you. Ready?
Yes.
All right, guys. Borderlands, the pre-sequel, has been announced.
Oh no!
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Oh no!
Oh, yeah.
Ready? Borderlands, the pre-sequel, a spin-off set between Borderlands and Borderlands 2, is in development at 2K Australia, and this
Like,
is
how can they even make one set in between the other two? Because no one knows what's happening in either of them.
so supposedly in this one you have the option to play as Claptrap, Athena, Wilhelm, and the Sheriff,
About time.
and you're working for Handsome Jack. This is before he becomes a bad guy, so you see why he becomes a bad guy.
And
And
I've always
also,
wondered.
there's missions on the moon with low gravity and stuff. So that's
Shane, moon missions don't get you excited?
I mean, yeah, those are kind of fun.
The thing is, this of course is for current gen only, and this is kind of like what they're doing, where they throw it off to the informal not like the primary studio, and they tell them like make this so we can make some quick dough. They say it's bigger, more content than the original Borderlands, but less than Borderlands 2. So, we gonna buy it?
That's tight.
Possibly.
Shane?
I'll buy it.
For what? For a PlayStation 4?
We'd have to get it for 360, I guess.
Stupid.
Alright, well, now the biggest news coming out today. It's been formally announced now. The Last of Us is coming to PS4 as The Last of Us Remastered.
Yes. Oh.
So I can finally play this game y'all have been talking about.
Yeah, and now
I'm so over the whole remastered bullshit.
See, but what's going to happen is we all four have to get it now so we can play multiplayer.
Yeah, but that multiplayer is so fucking good.
I know, but that's what I'm saying.
I'll pay $60 again for that.
We have to buy it again so we can play the multiplayer with Shane.
Are you listening to yourself? This is the stupidest shit ever. We just bought that game. What has to be remastered about it? It's already in HD.
Listen. So the big news, of course, is the fact that it's moving to PS4. So people that didn't have a PS3 like Shane can actually play the game. That's the main reason I assume they would do this. Now, as for remastered, all that really seems to mean is that it will run at 1080p, will include higher resolution character models, improved shadows, lightings, upgraded textures, and along with other improvements. But basically, it's just like not like a big thing. The game already looked better than most PS4 games currently, so
Yes, wait, it's stupid.
I mean, anyways, and it'll include all the DLC and all this crap.
Shane, what are you doing?
Shane.
What?
He's having one of his classic freakouts.
Anyways, so this is we talked about it a couple of weeks ago about how this has been rumored because some Turkish guy said it or something, but now it is
Now it's a fish.
official. Now they haven't actually given a firm release date, but obviously it will be very soon. Yeah. So Shane, you definitely, even if we don't buy it, you should buy it because you will love that. That
That's
game
the
was
one where you're the little girl in the rain, right?
what?
Just say yes. Just say yes.
I don't think so.
The
At the
little girl.
beginning of it, it's raining and dark, and you're like a man in a house, and there's a little girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's paper.
What?
Or the one where you would click the button and it would go Elliot.
Heavy
With a
rain.
balloon. Heavy rain.
And it's
That's what I'm
Jason.
thinking of. I'm thinking of that.
Jason.
Jason.
I'm thinking of that one. I have no idea what the last of this is then.
Jason.
Just don't worry about it, Shane.
Jason?
Don't look anything up. When it comes out, buy it and play it, and you'll be
It's
very
really good.
happy.
All right.
It was everyone here's like game of the year except you, because
All
what was
right, all
your
right.
game of the year last year? What was your game of the year last year, Shane?
I don't recall.
Assassin's
It's
Creed.
Candy Crush.
Probably.
Fuck Candy Crush.
All right. So now let's get into the other stuff because there's no more game news. First off, Shane, you watched
Yes.
Necrophiliac?
No, dude, that's
You
not the
referring
title
to
of it. It's called
Nymphomaniac?
Nymphomaniac.
Hey,
Two totally different things.
hey,
My apologies. I was
Yes,
trying
I've
to
watched
type it
Volume
down.
1 and Volume 2.
Okay. Well, tell me about it, because I've been.
Don't spoil it.
Don't spoil, but Lars von Trier, you know.
There's not much to spoil. Like, imagine what you're imagining is what you're probably gonna get.
That's what I feel is gonna happen.
Just dicks everywhere.
I don't
Dicks
know. I
everywhere.
mean, like, I don't know. I don't know if I watched like the full one, but like, there people were having sex and like sucking dick and stuff, but like, it wasn't like that inappropriate.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, based on what he's made in the past, I assumed it would just be like a straight up porno.
Antichriste.
Yeah, there was a lot of porn.
Antichrist.
and it was like actual porn, but I don't know if because there was one there were a couple blowjob scenes, but there was one like blowjob scene.
What
And
does that mean? Wait,
Blowjob,
what does that
blowjob
mean?
scene.
Like blowjob scene.
There's one where there's like a full on like penis and blowjob with the woman who's the main actor giving him a blowjob, and I was like, is that real, or is that somehow like a fake penis, or did the actual main actor lady do that?
I don't know all of the details, but I do know that they had different people come
Prosthetic
in to
penises.
film sex scenes and stuff. So
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what scene you're talking about, but I know
Well, yeah,
that
like-
all of it wasn't
No, like
100% true.
Yeah, like the actual sex scenes, you could tell, like, 'cause they would only show certain people's parts at different times. You could tell, like, it wasn't, like Shia LaBeouf wasn't having sex. But, like,
Speaking of that, like when it was originally talked about this movie, there was all these conflicting reports because Shia LaBeouf said he was just gonna actually do it and all this stuff, but then I don't think that ended up happening.
I don't know. But anyways, the Volume 1 was very good. Volume 2 was good, but, like, kind of outlandish.
Is it just like is Volume 2 just like
That
could it have
sounds
been-
like every single one of his movies ever.
Yeah, I mean
The first act is always sort of like, all right, this kind of makes sense. I'm following it. And the second act, you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yes, I just won. I just won 2048.
Ken,
That's the game, David, that you are giving me shit for liking.
No, you were liking the dog.
It was just the first version I found.
Yeah. 2048 is better. Oh.
Yeah, I
finally
told
beat it.
you.
The second part, yeah, she just, like,
I remember when we were watching Antichrist, we were like sitting there kind of bored out of our minds, and then Andy's like suddenly just goes and starts reading the Wikipedia stuff, and he reads like the first line of like the last act, and he's like, "This movie's about to get really fucked up."
Yeah.
And like 15 minutes later, it was like she was cutting off his dick and like all his stuff, and like.
Oh, I remember watching that. That was disturbing.
Antichrist.
So Shane, what do you recommend the film?
oh, yes, I would give it over. Do you want me to rate each half individually or the whole thing as a whole?
The whole thing. It's a whole.
And what am I rating it on a scale of?
10.
How many
Damn.
Shane? How many? Oh no, how many Shanes do you give
8.5.
it?
How many Shanes?
8.5? How many?
8.5 Shane.
8.5 Shanes out of 10 Shanes.
I would watch it again, but not anytime soon because it was like 4 hours of my life. So I don't want to
Yeah.
take 4 hours of my life to watch it again anytime soon.
So is
but it was
part
fine.
2 like, is it just an extension, or is there like actually a reason for it being split like that besides the length?
I think it's just
Probably-
the length.
Just the length because it literally just picks up right where it stops.
Okay.
So does it end like in the middle of an act, or is it like if you wanted to wait a month to
Well,
watch
she's-
part 2, would you be totally lost?
No, you'd be fine because she's like telling a story. She tells a story the whole time.
So
and,
it's not
she
like
has
you're
different
watching a
chapters.
disc and then it's like, oh, flip the disc over.
No, and then like one of her chapters ends in the middle of her story, and then she has a new chapter in the next part, and there's like 5 more chapters.
Sit.
We're waiting for the director's cut before we watch it.
Yeah, I mean, I need an extra 2 hours of content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
The weird thing about that movie was, wasn't it like, didn't it just go kind of straight to video on demand?
Antichrist? Or
It's
this?
on. Well, it's,
No.
it's still in theaters now, I think, right?
I
And then
can't.
it's also
Yeah, I
on
can't
the
find
TV.
it anywhere.
But I don't think you can see it in theaters really, unless
I
it's
think
at like
the theater down the
random-
street from my house has it, but they have a bunch of weird indie stuff all
Yeah,
the time.
see, that's what
Let's
I mean.
see
It's
if my
probably on
indie
the-
theater has it.
They probably do.
Let's see. Ah.
But it's one of
Um,
those ones like I don't know, like I have DirecTV, which is annoying as shit because like it doesn't work half the time and it buffers. That's why I had to watch half of Volume 2, and then I had to let it buffer while I watched Game of Thrones, and I had to watch the other half of Volume 2
Speaking
after.
of Game of Thrones, y'all watch that?
I
Yeah.
did.
That was a good lead-in. Yes, let's talk about
Back
Game of
in
Thrones.
it. I'm back in it.
I'm telling
This is
you.
boring.
What?
What
It's my
happens
favorite
on-
show on TV.
I saw the first like 5 minutes of the first episode and it was just like, oh my gosh. Like,
Oh my
how many
gosh,
people-
David. What is
Kinda
with
boring.
you?
It is kind of boring at
What?
times. Think of
I don't-
Andy.
Okay, Andy.
Sometimes
Okay,
it's
Andy.
kinda really boring.
You've always been into the what is like Lord of the Rings kind of shit
Fantasy.
called? Fantasy. You're into fantasy, right?
Hey, but
I'm
no,
into
Annalise,
fantasy.
Annalise hates fantasy.
I hate
Kind of
fantasy.
shit. Annalise does, and she was gonna start. She was like, "Oh, I'm gonna start watching Game of Thrones." Like, remember she started watching it like 2 years ago, and I was like, "You're not gonna like it," and then she loved it. Now she watches it with me all the time.
Oh,
like,
I don't know. It's something about fantasy. It's
There
just
was
like because
something
all I
else.
think about is like I would hate to live back then.
Well, there's something else you said
there
you were
was-
going to watch recently. For
There
Oh,
wasn't
True
back then.
Detective.
Yeah, True Detective, because I don't like cowboys. They're so
Yeah,
boring.
that makes me so angry.
I hate cowboys.
First off,
What's that even
nothing
mean?
to do with the show at all.
Yeah, there's no cowboys.
Nothing.
Like
Yeah,
I don't like old Western stuff, like country
Okay,
people.
it's
People
not
annoy me.
Western at all.
No offense to our country listeners, but
It's not. Okay, then you would be fine watching this because that has nothing to do with
Literally,
it.
I saw the commercial and he's like in this like thing and he's like, like with his little cowboy hat and he's like, I'm a whiskey.
Oh my god.
And I was like, oh my gosh, like this is the worst. It's like a sheriff in a fucking old timey town.
Aren't
That's
there
not
so
even
many?
close.
Aren't there so many cowboys in Colombia though?
You mean vaqueros? No, man, but those aren't like
You mean paqueos?
those aren't like dumb like Americanized ones. I don't know.
This has no cowboys in it at all.
Whatever, Western. The Western.
There's
people-
it's
super
in
annoying.
Louisiana. It's a show based in Louisiana.
Yeah, that's why I didn't watch True Vampires either, or whatever. What
Well,
was it
that's a
called?
shitty show to
That
begin
wasn't
with.
that wasn't cowboys. That was
No, but it was in Louisiana. It's like the southern accent puts me off. It's like
All
it
right,
annoys
David.
me.
I bet you. I mean, I can't bet you money because you're just gonna say you didn't like it if you did. But 100%
I'm a man of honor.
Listen, if you sit down and watch that whole series and you do not actually like it, I will be shocked. I will be absolutely shocked.
Why? What? Don't you like watch Breaking Bad? That's dirty, disgusting Southern dirty.
But there was no southern accents.
David,
Tom's
you
just
got
a
you got to
flat circle.
trust Chris
Like the
enough.
southern accents just annoy me. They're just like, oh my god, like get to the point. Can you stop stuttering for a second? That's why on Survivor, like LJ, he's like muttering like Boomhauer.
Wait, yeah,
It's like,
wait,
holy
pause.
shnikers.
Your favorite show of all time is King of the Hill, where every single person has
This
a
is making
southern
this
accent.
is making fun of southern people.
David,
Gosh.
David, you have to watch it. You just have to.
Listen, David, Tom is a flat circle, and everything we've ever done, we will do again, and over and over and over again.
Give it a try, but right now I'm on that Dexter kick.
That show sucks.
All right. The last few seasons of Dexter are garbage compared to True
But
Detective.
you didn't finish the show though.
The ones that I watched.
I did, and I can confirm that it only got
Oh
worse.
my god.
Me too. It took me even the last season itself.
No, don't spoilers. I haven't finished it.
But I couldn't even watch it, and then eventually, like 2 months after it was over, I was like, I guess I'll watch the last five episodes, and I just watched them all like on a Sunday, and I was like so bored, and then at the end I was so mad at everything. I wasted 8 years of my life.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, first 4 seasons are really good.
It's the first 4 seasons minus season 3.
What should have
The
happened?
season-
What should have happened is Rita should have died. Dexter should have walked out, and then just like shot himself, and that would have been the end of the series right then.
Yeah.
No spoilers.
Oh yes, exactly. The moment that happens, the show never got good again. But the whole
Spoilers.
season with Miguel, whatever his name, was just
Miguel
like,
Prado.
oh my gosh, this is the worst thing ever.
Miguel Prado.
That was so bad.
David probably loved it.
No.
It was so bad. That was like
What other shows do me and the listeners have to listen to? Watch.
you need to watch True Detective. There's no
Oh.
both True Detective and Game of Thrones. Even if True Detective,
I'm not into
Hold on,
detectives
hang on.
either.
Pretend Game of Thrones is set in the Wild West and they wear cowboy hats the whole time.
Oh
It's still worth watching.
no!
Yes, that's how good
But I
it was.
like fantasy. Like if it was in the future, if Game of Thrones was in the future, boom,
Yeah, they should
sold.
probably
You
give
don't
Game of
even have
Thrones
to. You don't even have to sell me on it.
With some ray guns and that.
David, if you sit down, you power through like the first 2 or 3 episodes, you're gonna be hooked.
Like it just makes me think that like somebody can just come in with a machine gun and kill all of the Game of Thrones people.
What? Why?
Like they're fighting with sticks and stones.
What's that
Like, why
have
am I
to do
watching
with
this movie?
anything?
Oh my gosh.
Because they're just fighting with like sticks and stones. They're just like,
Anybody
"Ooh."
could come into Breaking
Big
Bad
asshole,
and
big
shoot everybody
asshole.
down with like a laser beam.
What's
I don't want
happening?
to talk about this anymore. I don't want to talk.
Anyways,
I
anyways,
removed myself from the conversation. I'm reading about 27 foods you should never buy again.
speaking of foods, did
Rice
you hear
Krispies?
Chick-fil-A reinvented their grilled chicken sandwich?
Who did?
What?
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, but
Oh,
no one
no.
buys the grilled one anyway, so who cares?
Oh
Listen.
yeah.
Oh,
Whoa, you
really?
scared me, man. You almost
Oh,
gave me a heart
real?
attack.
Listen, obviously the grilled chicken sandwich never lived up to the hype of the
No.
classic original.
It didn't
But-
live up to any hype of anything.
I ordered
Chick-fil-A-
Chick-fil-A last week, and it cost $25, and that was with $11 off.
Wait,
$12 a month.
why?
Because I had to deliver because it's so far away. There's only one here. There's two, but like I had it
So you
delivered.
paid delivery fees then. It wasn't fucking Chick-fil-A.
No, we had free delivery fees because we use Postmates. Have you used Postmates before?
No.
No,
Oh,
I
it's an
use
app.
like
And you
Could
can
they
have
be our
anything
sponsor?
it's Postmates, and they'll deliver anything they want that you want from any restaurant or store anywhere in
Sounds
the city.
like there's literally like 500 different.
So how
companies.
did you pay $25 then?
Because it was Chick-fil-A price plus something else, and then we got. But then it would have been more. But then it was our first time, so we got like $11 off or $10 off.
What is this something else? What is
Like,
that?
Like, delivery fees
Delivery
or whatever.
Yeah, I told you delivery fee. That's probably what you got all the cost.
Yes.
Here,
Anyway.
I'll give you guys and the listeners at home a little spoiler. Okay.
Oh.
Uber's doing a courier service.
Chick-fil-A chicken. What?
Uber's
Is
doing a courier
delicious.
in New
It's
York.
delicious, and it's marinated in pickle juice, which is what makes it extra delicious. Before they
Fine.
deep fry it, it's marinated in pickle juice.
I'm fine with that. It doesn't
It's gotta
taste like
marinate.
pickles.
Well, no, I love pickles. Pickles
I
are
hate
so good.
pickles.
What is wrong with you?
Also,
Guys,
they pressure cook it.
Stop. Think about our demographics who listen to this, and they're not going to know what Chick-fil-A is. So let's move on.
Okay, no,
Listen,
okay.
all
So
I
it's
want
like
to
okay,
say-
okay. It's like Nandos. We'll put it this way because we know our listeners are mostly from the UK. Which me, Shane, Andy, the three of us live in the UK. Our brethren. Anyways,
I have
it's like Nandos, but a little bit better.
It's not. I guess. Yes, just like Nando's.
apples and oranges.
It's a
Shane.
crispy Nandos.
In Vancouver, there's like 20 Nandos.
Yeah, they are. And I was in Vancouver like a week ago, and I cried when I found out that I missed them.
Annalise went to Nando's when she was in DC like a month ago. I was looking it up. Each country has like only gets like one franchisee for the whole country, even the
What?
states now. So like whoever owns the rights to the states, like it's one
Fucked
person.
So why is that jackass not expanding?
I don't know.
I mean,
Anyways.
it is, but
Dude, I would do anything for that peri peri chicken.
I have
Awesome.
peri peri sauce in my fridge.
Me
got
too, but
peri-
not Nando's. It's like freaking some.
No, I have straight up Nando's peri peri sauce in my fridge. Pretty sure it's
Ooh.
Dude,
expired.
I ran out of the peri peri rub, and I'm so mad.
Why is there no restaurant? Like, why don't we just make something that's like Nando's but just serves peri peri style chicken?
Okay,
All right, let's do it.
I'm
We'll
with
call it-
you.
We'll call it Los Pollos Hermanos.
Yeah,
Los Pollos Bros.
the brothers chicken,
Wait, Chris, you want to get on this chicken empire?
maybe. I'll jump in
Alright.
once you guys have a
And then
foundation.
all the different kinds of peri peri sauce.
gonna
Like sometimes,
finance.
sometimes I want mild, sometimes I want garlic, sometimes I want spicy, sometimes I want the other one.
Lemon lime.
Sometimes I want mashed potatoes that are still in the shape of a circle and very dry.
Yeah, but then you
Sometimes you
dump all the sauce
want
in it.
No, the mashed potatoes and Nandos were delicious.
Oh my gosh, they are so bad.
No,
Yeah,
they
but you
weren't.
They're
I
kinda
love
bad,
mashed
but you
potatoes.
mix them
They were
with sauce.
so bad.
I used to get the mashed potatoes and I used to get the chips as well with the peri peri sprinkle.
I have some of that. I have some of the peri peri sprinkle in my fridge. Not
Okay,
in my fridge.
sprinkle. All I
Yeah, they got
wanted
some-
to say was Chick-fil-A invested $7 years and $50 million to make a better grilled chicken recipe.
That's fine. $7 million.
And now
is
it's
not
got
much.
quote unquote backyard grilled taste.
How
But
do you?
why? Like, you could
Hold
have
on.
given me like $50,000 and I would have made you a better fucking
I was
grilled
just gonna
chicken
say, what
sandwich.
costs $7 million that's gonna make somebody be like,
Listen.
oh, this is how you grill it?
Listen, they're very anal about adding things to their menu, as we know. I mean, they added like the
Yes.
spicy chicken sandwich, and that was like a big deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it made them that much better.
They can
So
afford
that's
to-
what they do. They're pretty anal about making any changes, so they probably spent a lot of time making sure it wasn't utter shit.
Their sales were higher than KFC for like the second year in a row, and they have like a third as many stores.
Yeah,
Let's
globally?
Yeah, I
Or
would.
just in America?
Chick-fil-A chicken.
I think just in America, Shane.
Well, yeah, that's probably all to compare it to because I think that's all of the Chick-fil-A is.
Yeah, because KFC's like literally in
Yeah, they're
every,
huge.
It's like in every country ever now.
I know, but they're probably only comparing it to America because
The chicken wars. The chicken wars.
Alright. So I only got two things left. We got to talk about two shows. Survivor.
Oh yeah.
Why are we talking about Survivor?
We
To
can
introduce our
save
new-
it.
to introduce our new-
Wait, are we gonna do the podcast tomorrow? The Survivor cast?
That's
Yeah,
up to Shane.
Yes, of course.
Okay, done. All right, so we'll save it for tomorrow because tonight's the episode.
Look at Shane making time for Survivor podcast, but not time for video gaming.
Our viewers actually like listening to that.
My problem is I usually can't watch it at Wednesday night because I have to wait for Kayla and she has a test tomorrow. So then I can't be a part of it if it's tomorrow.
Do that Netflix commercial and pretend like you didn't watch it yet, but just watch it anyway, and then like
oh
once you
no!
Watch it, yeah.
Whoa. Okay, then the last thing we got to talk about, unless anything's got any, is Shane's favorite.
What was there to talk about Survivor? Talk about it. I don't remember what happened.
Are you kidding me? It was like the best episode ever. Chaos Cass.
Oh yeah, she's gonna be fucked over though.
Yes.
No one likes her, and she did that for absolutely no reason.
What's off for the flip-floppers? Nobody likes those.
She should have just stayed with her original plan. Everything still would have happened, and whoever the hell would have been voted out.
Yep.
Yes. We'll talk about that tomorrow or the next Survivor cast.
The only thing that matters is Chrisley knows best.
Oh, Chrisley knows best. Oh no.
Shane, this is all you.
So there's this new show out. I don't know how I found it because it was on the USA channel, which I don't even know I had. Wait. Just wait. It's on the USA channel, but I found it on a different channel because I think they air it on some other channel too. And literally, it wins the award, the Shane Award for the best new reality series of.
It's not reality though.
Chrisley Knows best.
It's not real. It doesn't. It's so fake.
It follows the adventures of the Chrisley family, who made his millions of dollars in the real estate business, and he's pursuing his dream he's always wanted to pursue, which is become a fashion designer. And they're opening a department store or something. And he has the funniest wife in the world, and he has the funniest children. I love it.
They're not funny. They're not funny at all. They're terrible children, Shane. Also, I looked this asshole up on Celebrity Net Worth. The guy's only worth $5 million, and he filed for bankruptcy like in 2013 for like $45 million.
Yeah, he was like people like $45 million because his last real estate deal went south.
Yeah, so he filed for bankruptcy for like $45 million. So this is probably a show based on like, hey, help me get out of debt.
But it's alright because he has a loving wife and a loving family.
Oh my god.
He's a helicopter dad who's super fucking annoying.
What's a helicopter dad mean?
You know, like helicopter mom.
I don't know what that means.
It's like when a parent like hovers, like they like are controlling everything. They don't know where their kids are.
Hey, David, how many episodes of Chrisley Knows best have you watched?
I only got to the third one where the daughter's getting a boob job and they got the boob cake, and then I was like, I can't watch it anymore.
Wait, what? I didn't get to that episode. I want to see that episode.
Chris, how many have you watched?
Only 2 because the
I saw only the second. Yeah, Chris, I stopped at 2, and then I was like, I'm gonna watch like 2 more minutes of the third one because it was called Jugs and Ammo, and so I was like, all right, let's see this. And then this episode started off with like the oldest daughter who I guess has a child. She's like, my nipples are sucked dry, so I gotta get a boob job.
That's the logic?
Yeah, she said that the child like sucked her nipples dry, and so like she needs to get a boob job. But she might want to get an upgrade or something.
Yeah, but then he also goes to the gun range with her husband, who Chrisley didn't give the blessing for their marriage, and they went away and had a shotgun wedding somewhere. And
they didn't. She didn't even sign a prenup.
No, so they have a testy relationship.
Testy.
Him and the whatever you call him, son-in-law.
What's like the worst one, Shin? Which person on the entire family is the worst?
What do you mean is the worst? They're
yeah,
all
who's the worst?
None of them.
Shane, they're all terrible people. I'm saying which one is the worst?
I watched that first episode. I was like, oh my god, these are the stupidest people. I hate these people. And then you keep watching it, and you're like, oh my god, they're good people.
They're not good people.
Oh my gosh.
Shane, Andy, did you watch it?
No.
Why
would I have watched that? This is Jersey Shore all over again.
No, Jersey Shore has some lovable characters. Actually, listen, Andy. The other day, I went on, I think it was Hulu, and I watched like the first episode of Jersey Shore, and you know what I felt? I felt, what is that fucking word called? Like reminiscence?
Nostalgia.
Nostalgia. I felt fucking nostalgia to the days of yore when the four of us would sit around the TV and we would watch the Jersey Shore together.
I never once watched Jersey Shore.
Yeah, and so you don't feel nostalgia about it. Shane, watch like 5 minutes of it, and you'll feel very nostalgic. I guarantee it.
I know, because we watched that as a joke. Just like I started watching Chrisley Knows Best as a joke, but now I have to finish all of it.
Yeah.
But it's not a joke
You do that
anymore,
too
that's the
much.
problem.
The joke turns into life.
Shane,
But
if
the
you
Jersey
fly-
Shore was lovable. They're like lovable characters, though.
Shane, if you fly too close to the sun, you're gonna get burned, and you're getting burned right now.
That you know what
Person
that sounds like to
fun,
me?
but-
That sounds like a Todd Chrisleyism. Todd Chrisley would say something like that.
What was the stupid?
He would
The
go,
stupid one they
Chase.
keep.
He would go, Chase. If you fly too close to the sun, you're gonna get burned.
What was the stupid one they kept freaking showing on whatchamacallit, the well, like the promos and all that? It was the one where the son comes into the bed and then he goes like, "I've already," when the kid says YOLO or something. And he's like,
he goes, what did he say? He's already been there and got the T-shirt.
All right. Well, that was it. That's the Average Gamer Podcast. Tune in next week for more stuff. Comment below. Subscribe. Like us. Follow us on Twitter. Send us out to be on your shows. I'm looking at you. All the shows that you want, like all these casting people, casting directors, producers.
Barley Pops.
Barley
Poppers.
If you guys want to send us Barley Pops, I will put the address below. If you guys want to have the registered super codes, we will drink some next week.
Hold on.
What?
I have a confession to make.
Oh
God.
What?
I never actually watched one of these videos before. Is it in video form or just?
I hate you. Like I actually hate you.
You think nobody can see
You're the
you?
worst.
I've never. You should have told me that people can see me. I would be better.
Why do you think we do it like this and not with like just microphones?
So we can all see each other. I didn't know people could see me.
See each other.
Oh my gosh.
So,
well, how about you go on the channel today? And,
also, do you put our names, like our Twitters, like underneath each of our pictures, so they know which one's who?
Oh my god.
That makes sense.
End it. Stop.
I told you, Barbara Walters doesn't watch herself. I'm sure David.
You're not fucking Barbara Walters.
I'm sure David Letterman has never watched an episode of his.
Let's stop.
Shane, you're not Barbara Walters.